Okay, this is going to be our short little tutorial on audio editing with Wevideo. The first thing you're going to do is you're going to click on the plus button at the bottom of the screen to open a new project, and you're going to title it. Very easy. And after you title it, whatever you want to, you're going to go down and you're just going to share it with yourself, unless you actually want other people to be able to edit on it. Then you have the opportunity to add media that is already in the media that you've uploaded. If you have not uploaded the media that you want yet, I'm going to do a short tutorial to show you how to create MP3 files from YouTube videos, which is one of the easiest way to add sound effects and music. So now we're on the main editing screen. And you don't have to worry in this case about video 1 and video 2 because all you're doing is audio. And so I'm going to add a couple other audio tracks there. If you see, you got a little plus sign right there, and you can add audio or video. So now I have 3 audio tracks that I can use to do multi-track audio editing. Okay? So I'm going to look for the media that I have already uploaded, and I've got something from Disney called Silly Symphony, and then I have a silly cartoon fall and a desk bell, and I'm going to add all of those into different tracks. The nice thing about multi-track editing is you can have sounds going off from different tracks at the same time. So you can have music underneath somebody's voice, or you can have a sound effect underneath music. It's all together. And the only capability you would have if you were on one track is you would have to have cuts and pauses, and it's awkward. Okay, what I just did was I made the tracks smaller. I compressed them down in the bottom right. You can either expand them, just like a graphic image. You can blow it up by making it bigger. Like on your phone, you use the 2 fingers to stretch it. So it's the same thing at the bottom right hand. Bottom right hand of the screen with the little plus or minus, you can make them bigger or smaller. Okay. So now we are going to be listening to the sounds and just trying to figure out where we want to edit things. And we have a little silence there, or not a silence, but you can see that the track gets very small. The little audio wave gets very small, and so I'm going to cut there, and I'm going to use that kind of for comic effect. Now, if I push that little button above the wave, that's going to let me make handles so that I can do fade ins and fade outs. So I want the music to fade in, but I don't want it to fade out. I want it to be abrupt, and that's why I kind of took that fade out there. So I'm going to mess with this for a minute, and that's going to basically what I'm trying to do is I want to hear the sound from one track end as if it were interrupted by this falling music. So you hear this in movies and in cartoons all the time, where the music's just going along and then somebody trips or something and you hear the falling sound effect. So that's what I was going for there. Okay, then I'm going to add a little bell in there. And the story that I've created with this is that a parent is saying goodbye to their children. Maybe it's we're finally back fully face-to-face, and the stay-at-home parent is going to get some time alone. So they're kind of excited about that. They say goodbye to the children. So they say goodbye, and then they close the door, and they turn around and trip over a teddy bear. Okay? And what happens is the parent realizes that even though the kids are gone, really in heart and in spirit, the kids are still there. So that makes that nice. So I'm just, again, I'm creating more handles to make these fades nice. And right here, I'm just tweaking things. I'm making the track short enough to where it's not really long, so that because this is just really for editing purposes, so I don't need a really long track. But I want the transitions to be smooth in and out because I'm a little bit of a perfectionist. So just listen. Okay, and I've decided that the track itself is not quite loud enough. The interesting thing about sound is you can get it as loud as possible on your computer, and still it's not quite loud enough. So with that source file, that base file, you want to get it as loud as you might ever want it, so that you can actually play with the volume when you're doing it on your computer. Okay, now if you notice, I did go up to the top, and I did go to the top and hit finish, and then I hit export. And so now the file is being exported, and that means that it's being created into one file, into one MP3 file that can be played on most audio players. And so this just makes it easier. Now, one thing is, once that's set, then it's set. And I'm downloading that just because, yes, it was already saved to my Google file and to Wevideo, but I want to go ahead and download it too. And so that's kind of an easy, quick tutorial on how to do the Wevideo audio editing. If you have any questions, always feel free to email me or just Google tutorials online, because there are tons of those as well. And I have ceased to be able to stop speaking correctly, so we're going to end this. Thank you.